Hey everyone, my name is Reece and today we're going to be looking at 5 essential blues licks on the guitar. For those of you who are interested, I'm just going to take you through the gear that we're using for today's episode real quick, and if this isn't something that interests you, you can skip on the timestamp on screen here, just straight to the lesson and skip my blabbing a little bit. But for those of you who are interested, I'm going to be using my American-made PRS Silver Sky, which is just a gorgeous guitar. I've had this thing for a couple of years now, and I just love the way it sounds. It's like a kind of vintage sound with modern looks, and yeah, very nice guitar. At my feet here, we've got my personal pedal board, and we're not using too many effects here, but we're using a smidge of reverb from the Ritchie Kotzen Fly Rig, and we're using the Spark booster from TC Electronic, just to add a little bit more life and character to the sound as a clean boost. I'm using tuner of course as well, and then for amps we've got the EVH 5153 into a Marshall cab, and then for microphones we're experimenting with a couple of different ones which I'll leave down in the description if you are interested in all of that kind of stuff too. So I've been feeling a little bit under the weather recently, but it's all good because we're here to play some awesome guitar licks nonetheless. And yeah, without any further ado, let's just get started with this lesson on some really cool essential blues licks. So for most of the licks in today's lesson, we're going to be based out of our B minor pentatonic, mostly pattern 1, but if any of the other ones go into different shapes, I'll let you know as well. And yeah, this lick's really cool actually because it kind of, I got it from a video of John Mayer soloing with Ed Sheeran, and he just plays this really awesome lick which I'll demonstrate for you now, and it goes something like this. So now I'm going to show you how to play this first lick. We're going to start on the 7th fret of both the B and the E string. We're going to bar that, and we're just going to, like a stab, kind of play through both of those. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bend on our 9th fret of our G string. And then we're going to release and pull off to fret 7. So those together sounds like this. And then we're going to play fret 9 on our D string, following that, so we've got, we're going to now pull off on that D string to fret 7, and that's the first section. So our second section, which you can see as like 2 different licks, goes a little something like this, and then you've got an ending. So that's the second section, and that is fret 7 on the A string, hammer on to fret 8, which is our blues note, pull off to 7, fret 10 on the E string with your pinky, and then pull off to fret 7. So then we're going to go fret 9 on the D string, and then we're going to add some vibrato and play fret 7 on the G string. So that ending part real quick goes like this. So the lick put together sounds like this. And of course, with any of these licks and any licks that you might know already, you can join them together and make some like cool additions, and you can continue on from that ending, or you can play a different ending. You could play, you could go up to your pattern 5, or you could play that little, the ending of the lick, so you go. Move it into your pattern 5, your pattern 2 there. And then you can kind of do whatever you want from there. So that's our first lick. Alright, lick number 2 is taken from Mr. Pete Honore, Mr. Danish Pete, if you know him from the Andertons YouTube channel. And I'm sure he maybe got it from somewhere or come up with it himself, but I remember seeing this lick and just kind of picking it out by ear because I thought it was really cool. So that lick sounds a little bit like this. And what we're doing here is we're starting once again in our B minor pentatonic, and we're starting on fret 9, sliding to fret 11, so now in our second pattern of our pentatonic scales. Then we're going to, with our middle finger, we're going to play fret 10 on the B string. Let that ring out together, and then we're going to slide back to 9 on the G string, and then pull off to 7. So that's the first part of the lick. And like with the first one, it can kind of like be split up if you want to, and you could just have this as a section, and then play it out however you want to, and go into it however you want to. So the second half of that lick goes a little something like this, which is fret 7 on the A string, sliding to 9, then fret 7 on the D string, and then we're going to go back to fret 9 on the A string, and then we're going to slide back to 7 on the A string, and then pull off to 5. So real slow, that section of the lick looks like this. So altogether, that lick sounds a little something like this. And it's a really cool one to use actually, because it uses 3 of the pentatonic patterns, and you end in pattern 5, so you can go to some really cool places from there. And I really like that one. So thank you, Danish Pete, for playing it, and for me stealing it, I suppose. But that's what we do with licks. We take the ones that we like, and then we incorporate them into our own playing, and that's basically what this video is about. So this third lick is taken out of our second pattern of our minor pentatonic, once again still in B minor, and of course you can use any of these licks anywhere across the fretboard, as long as you know your patterns and where they sit in relation to each key. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to start on fret 12 of the E string. We're going to bend that, and then we're going to fall back down, and then we're going to pull off to fret 10, and then we're going to go to fret 12 on the B string now. So it's a little bit of a shorter lick, but it's one that you can utilise coming out of your pattern pentatonic. And you can play that last note twice if you want to. Once or twice, it just adds a little bit of different flavour to it. And then once again, you can end that however you'd like to, but that's one of my favourite kind of classic blues licks. Okay, so lick number 4 is a proper essential blues lick. This one is taken from Stevie Ray Vaughan himself, and this one's really cool. So once again, out of our B minor pentatonic pattern 1, this is how the lick sounds. So for this lick, we're going to start on the 9th fret of the G string. And what we're going to do is a little bit like the start to the Johnny B. Good lick, if you know that one. We're going to bend that 9th fret of the G string up, and then we're going to bar fret 7 on the B and the E string. But instead of playing them at the same time, like we were before with the other lick, we're going to play them one after the other. So we're going to go B and then E. So that's the start of our lick. And then we're going to go fret 10 with our pinky on the B string, and then pull off back to 7. That's what we've got so far. So now we're going to play fret 9 on the high E string, and then we're going to hammer on. We're going to go 7, hammer on 8, pull off, back to 7, and then we're going to go to finish up 10, 7 on the B string. So real quick, all of that together sounds a little something like this. and like with the other licks, you can just end it however you want to, and you know, you just utilize it in your playing. But that was the 4th lick. So lick number 5 is a really cool one that was shown to me by one of my friends actually, and this one, once again, in B minor pentatonic, we're going to bend our 9th fret on our G string, and then we're going to slide up to fret 10, which on its own doesn't sound right, because that's like one of our blues notes, but we're going to instantly slide back, and then we're going to pull off to 7. So real slow, that sounds like this. Play that again, real slow. So that's bend on fret 9, slide to fret 10, slide back, and then pull off to 7. And then once again, you can use that wherever you want, and you can play other licks before and after it. But it sounds really cool, and it's definitely very bluesy because of that note there. That's probably how I would end it. Actually, that will segue us into the bonus lick for this lesson. I just wanted to throw in a blues lick that I got from Robert Baker, and he is someone who I look up to massively, and he ends most of his videos with like this really cool blues lick, and it goes like this, which is a really nice way to just end a phrase, and it uses this extra note here, which isn't in our pentatonic regularly, but it sounds really cool. So we're going to go fret 7 on our G string, hammer on to fret 8, and then we're going to go 9 on the D string and slide to 7. And like I was saying, you can just use that one as a really cool like phrase ender. So we're going to wrap it up there for today's lesson. I hope you found this video informative and helpful, and hopefully you were able to take some cool licks and ideas out of this to use in your own playing. And yeah, I just want to thank you all for watching, and hope to see you all again soon.